Nice.
That was a good kiss.
Oh, did you see this girl again?
No.
But that's nice, That's just a sort of a.
Not for lack of love, by the way. Not for lack of love.
No, I just feel like it's just this lovely fleeting experience.
Yeah. So, do you want to do another story or poem of your own, Mr. Sheehan?
Well,
you want to get. We're live.
Ta-da!
Hi.
It worked. The technology works.
The internet is live.
Hello, world. I miss you. I miss you terribly.
Yeah.
So everyone who's watching from my page, let me establish Ari Gold, who is a delightful, bespectacled poet. And in his isolation, he's just been knocking out poems just for the global morale. So much so it's worked that he's encouraged me to write a poem. So today, we're both going to read poems what we wrote over the last few days. Ari, do you want to do the honors?
Okay, so I'll start with the short one that I just did today. Very short. It's called Envy. Warm rain on the sea makes him feel jealous, while a little fish weeps, for she has no umbrella. That's it. Did you visualize it?
I did.
Yeah.
I saw a little fish in the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even. You know what? I wasn't doing it for that reason.
It was about me, wasn't it, Ari? I'm the fish.
It was about you. Right. Okay, so your turn. Your turn.
Okay, so my poem.
Are you going to do the one about me, please?
Yeah, it's definitely about Ari. And it goes, hold me, cold meal of oatmeal, slowly, only if you vow to hold me. Fold me, only if your roll is full spree. Take me, swirling under downtown, twinkly. All the worldlings, I need to kiss the asphalt with my flesh, funky, fully into jelly my legs be, shaky, shivers fizz up through me until death creeps up behind me and grabs me from upside down, exploiting gravity to past the thresh of my mortality. Let this, to who is asked to recite a word or three, be my foolish eulogy.
Whitney loves you so much.
Thanks, Whitney. Love you back.
Good stuff.
Everyone, if you like a poem daily, check out Ari's page, ari.gold. Isn't that right, Ari?
Well, no, it's Ari Gold. It's right there. It's just my Instagram is Ari Gold. And by the way, folks, Mr. Robert Sheehan is in my movie, which is called The Song of Lake.
Yeah, and if you're sat at home scratching your arses, which I'm sure
you can send me a message and I'll make sure you can watch it, because there's some countries where it's not available, but soon we hope many countries. But many countries it is available.
The Song of Sway Lake. Check it out. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and he plays a Russian. Robbie plays a Russian in it.
I play a Russian.
Yes,
it just never left my bones.
Yes. Yeah, he even learned some Russian swear words for it.
Yeah.
All right, shall we do another poem?
Yeah, why don't you do one to round it off?
Okay, comic, romantic, sad. Do you have any special mood requests?
I say comic. Let's lift folks' spirits.
Okay. This one's vaguely comic. Oh, this one I like to do with musical accompaniment. Okay. This one's called Tortoise and Chicken.
What have you got there? I know some sort of glockenspiel or something.
It's a piano. and a strange bird.
Oh yeah, that's Ari's spirit animal, everyone.
Yeah.
He's finally come round to accepting that he looks a bit like an owl.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is called Tortoise and Chicken, with musical accompaniment. Tortoise and chicken. They both have weird necks, dinosaur hearts, scratchy toes, bent beaks. She is jerky, but she is meditative. She wakes her up, and she assuages her fears. They dig in the dirt. Not at the same spot, but side by side. Tortoise and chicken.
That was lovely!
Tortoise and chicken, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, folks. Listen, just, you know.
You go on another one? It's your turn, by the way. Or do you want to respond? Why don't you do some response to some of your people? I wave back.
Oh, yeah?
Bravo.
How do I do that? Right
you just
back?
speak to them. You just speak to them. They're all writing to you.
Social media tarded. But this is a good time to learn, I suppose. You know.
You look at all those hearts.
I know.
You see those hearts?
I feel like I'm watching a manga cartoon or something.
Are you in London right now?
Yeah, I'm in London.
Yeah. So
We're
it's
in LA.
Yes. What is it, like 1 a.m?
No, it's just going 11 now.
Oh, okay.
And old Bojo, the boss himself, has demanded that all theatres, all restaurants, all essentially arenas of human communication and connection be closed down as of tomorrow.
You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, California is totally shut down now. I mean, I'm very fortunate and grateful that I have, some outdoor space and a piano. So happy that I have that and grateful.
Well, I don't have another. Actually, you know what?
One of your stories. What about one of your stories?
Here's a little thing. It's probably not going to be in the book, but here's a little story that I wrote about Ireland, actually.
Okay.
It's called Salvador Daly.
Thank you.
I knew a fella back in Ireland called Salvador Daly. He couldn't paint, but he was a right firebug, a proper little pyromaniac. And we all know Salvador Dali painted a lot of melting clocks, but Salvador Daly's talent was melting actual clocks. If Salvador Daly was round your house, he would melt any clocks he'd find hanging on the walls, but not just wall clocks, mind. Alarm clocks, watches, anything that told the time he took issue with. He was notoriously unpunctual. It was a bizarre coincidence, really, the two fellas having similar names and such similar dislike for clocks. He did time in a juvenile detention centre for his clock destruction. There wasn't a clock in the whole parish that didn't sustain some fire damage. He'd been banned from the church because he took issue after one service, because someone told him the metal thing under Jesus at the back of the altar was actually a sundial and was used for telling the time before clocks were invented. So he set it ablaze right there in front of the priest and everyone else as they were filing out of Sunday Mass. It turned out his clock destruction stemmed from a lot of repressed anger due to the fact that he was clearly a product of the milkman and not his supposed dad, Fergal. And everyone knew it. Young Salvador was swarthy, a head full of black curls and powerful eyebrows like that of a Spanish sailor. Fergal was peaky looking, even in full health, and had a small head with patches of bristly ginger hair, a bit like Ari. It was common knowledge around the parish, of course, and comments were often directed at poor young Salvador. But on the plus side, Salvador always made the starting team in football at school. He could run rings around the other lads, even though he never practiced. A lot of people around town were saying he might be the new Paul McGrath if he'd only concentrate on his training and stop going around melting all those clocks all the time. His anger was specifically directed towards clocks, because throughout his life and before he was born, his mother would be up and dressed and looking pristine every morning by 6 a.m. because that was when the dusky milkman was scheduled to arrive. She'd be all smiles and waves and complaining jovially about the close weather or the drizzle. And he was so punctual that people would often say, "I tell you could set your clock by that half-black milkman." He was ex-military, you see. The myth was that he wound up getting kicked out of the army by way of dishonourable discharge. Ari, can I have a little bit of piano accompaniment? Just a little tinkling in the back.
Of course. I think the sound is not going to be in perfect sync, but I'll do my best.
Just a little tinkling.
If it gets too loud, someone tell us.
Yeah.
If the piano's too loud.
The myth was that he wound up getting kicked out of the army by way of dishonourable discharge because he'd stolen one of the tanks drunk early one morning and parked it in the corporal sergeant's parking space, which was very clearly labelled to be his. And it was known that the corporal's temper was liable to swell to nuclear strike levels if anyone parked in his spot. Just after dawn, he arrived on the base and promptly lost his shit and a few of his epaulets under the other cars while having a full-on hissing fit. Then he ran the men until they were delirious and sick, and resentments grew until an unnamed other muttered the dusky milkman's given name, which is unknown, in the corporal's office. But he didn't resent his company for grassing up. It wasn't in his nature, and they were, after all, driven to desperation. Poor little Salvador couldn't face up to what was staring him in the face. So instead, he took it out on every clock he could get his hands on. I suppose in some cases, the apple intentionally tries to fall as far as it possibly can from the tree.
That's right. It was loud for a second. Apple falling. Apple falling. That was the apple falling.
That apple was sour before it hit the ground.
Okay.
Then again, there was never any talk of seeing the milkman getting high off his own supply. The slurry really hit the fan, you see, when Salvador got a job doing a morning paper round to make a few extra quid. Because it was such a small town, that hour of the morning he'd always see the dusky milkman making his rounds. They'd lock eyes from across the road, everything being said without any words spoken. Then the pressure would get too much for Salvador, and he'd grab a newspaper, set it on fire, and launch it at the milkman's milk slum. Havoc! There were firebombs flying every other morning, cats walking around with patches of hair singed off. But the dusky milkman would never react. It wasn't in his nature. He'd just dodge the flaming newspapers, kick the end of it to one side, and drive on. On to the next house. On to the next housewife, pristinely dressed and waiting. People wonder where the Black Irish come from. Well, wonder no further. It's the dusky milkmen all round the country of rural Ireland, in every parish, making early morning calls and delivering something other than milk. Man milk!
That's it? Man milk? This is the sound of man milk.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo! Well, folks, if you have an old story to tell, or an old poem, stick it on social media because, for all our complaining about social media.
Spoken like a real social media expert there. Like, put it on the old, social
media box. Because thank God for it now.
Yeah, well, we need it now.
Social media. Doing this.
Okay,
this weird.
So, Mr. Sheehan has an entire. While you chew, I'll just say that Mr. Robert Sheehan has an entire book of these fantastic and fantastical short stories, which will be coming to a bookstore near you.
In Ireland.
When? In Ireland. If you're in Ireland.
If you're in Ireland.
In Ireland.
Near the end of the year, sort of.
Okay.
October.
So mark your book calendars. Get out your book calendars, and everyone's got a book calendar, right?
Ari, stop tainting this lovely video with PR.
Okay. I'm going to read a poem for you, Robbie.
Go for it, my love.
And you can chew your food.
Mm-hmm.
And people can comment about how you chew.
Keep talking. I'm just going to fill up my...
Oh, a whale. You have a whale on your wall. Do I have a whale poem?
Yeah.
I don't...
That's old Captain Ahab right there.
Yeah, okay. I already did my sea poem when we started the call. Okay, so this one is called A Kiss. I wrote it in Latvia. That's a country for those of you who don't know geography. Okay. I kissed you in the old cities. You can imagine that I'm saying it to Robbie, right? Robbie, you can imagine I'm saying it to you.
Yeah, he has kissed you.
Yes. I kissed you in the old cities.
Sorry.
Asshole. I kissed you in the old city cemetery, though I knew you were in love with an Italian pilot whose headstone we could not find in the moss and dead leaves. With a second kiss, you stretch over me, your green hair thin and soft, and your knuckles knead my ribs, and still it's not enough. So you find a razor to kiss me again. I can die now as he died a century ago, and I bless you back, along the hidden skin under your left breast, slicing the line. The only way to keep warm is to press together like flowers in a book, so my sap enters your tree. You clasp your skin against mine, and we let them wrap us in gauze, which circles the shoulder blades that shoot from your back like fairy ears, white on pink and blue. This cloth binds us tight to heal all our wounds, to keep us safe from cold wind and distraction. Your chin rests in my collarbone, the tip of my nose in your warm ear. Soft thunder pulses between each of our ribs as mud and leaves are wrapped into us too, making us a starter pack of seeds. We know that at long last we have permission to be still. Spun tightly, our bodies soften. Hot and cool threads of mycelium, pink and lavender, tickle through our bones, our muscles, the inside of our eyes. And after we have climbed a papyrus stem with our 6 legs, they push from our hard skin the netted glitter wings of a single dragonfly that wait for our new body to turn solid enough anyway to flit electric above the soft pond in summer.
That was pretty decent, Harry. I like the bit where your sap was going in her tree. You dirty animal, yeah. Nice.
You know, that was a good kiss.
Oh, did you see this girl again?
No.
But that's nice, you know. That's just a sort of a.
Not for lack of love, by the way. Not for lack of love.
No, I just feel like, you know, it's just this lovely fleeting experience.
Yeah. So, do you want to do another story or poem of your own, Mr. Sheehan?
Well,
you want to get back to writing?
Yeah, well, I kind of have to. I'm going to edit deep into the night, man. Deep. I've got maybe 3-4 hours of editing left in me. I'm fired up. I'm ready. Hello, everyone. Sorry, there's loads of messages coming through there across Ari's mug.
Yeah, he's got the munchies. I should
say hello to all of you. I'm going to follow you for a poem. Oh yeah, no, nice one. Some people are on your mad poem vibe, Ari. People are going to be following you. Which platform?
You think so?
It's on his page, Ari Gold.
Yeah, yes, Ari Gold is my page, and Robbie is in our movie. Come on, we're allowed to say that. Oh, you acted in my Ecuador. Movie. We're allowed to say that.
Hello, Ecuador.
Hola, Ecuador.
Hola, Ecuador.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal en Ecuador ahora? Es difícil en todo el mundo, ¿no?
Give us the Russian swear words. Okay, you ready? Nahуй пошли параси, блядь.
That's right. Yeah. I wonder if I can share a photo of you. No, I don't know how to do that. Anyway, yes.
Well, loves.
There's a link to the movie, but one more poem. Or are you more doing short stories now? Any poems? Any more poems for us?
I wonder, do I have?
Sure.
Actually, you know what? Let me recite that lovely poem that I know off the top of my head. Or actually, I just, do you know, as a memory exercise, I've been learning off pieces of things. Actually, that's another thing. I learned this lovely Oscar Wilde poem recently called Requiescat. So I'll recite that for you now, right?
Okay.
Requiescat by Oscar Wilde. Tread softly, she is near under the snow. Speak gently, she can hear the daisies grow. All her bright golden hair, tarnished with rust, she that was young and fair, fallen to dust. Lily-like, white as snow, she never knew she was a woman, so sweetly she grew. Coffin board, hard stone, lay on her breast. I vex my heart alone, she is at rest. Peace, peace, she cannot hear lyre or sonnet. All my life's buried here, heap earth upon it.
Oscar Wilde knew what he was doing.
Cheers, Oscar.
We got a request for trans rights. Can you just say trans rights?
Trans rights. Woo!
There you go. Yeah. Yeats. We were talking about Yeats the other day.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite poem is a Yeats poem. Others, because you did not keep that deep sworn vow, have been friends of mine.
Oh, that's nice.
Shit. What is the rest of the poem? Yet always when I'm forgetting what the middle line.
I am a night owl. Yes, I am. Definitely. And I don't play Animal Crossing. Do you know what that is? It sounds vaguely bestial.
Here we go. Others, because you did not keep that deep sworn vow, have been friends of mine. Yet always when I look death in the face, when I clamber to the heights of sleep, or when I grow excited with wine, suddenly I meet your face. So fucking good. And short.
I know.
Was Yeats was Irish too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You people from Ireland have such a way with words. It's really something.
I know. We have to keep that a tradition alive and well. I think nothing like Corona lockdown to expand one's lyrical vocabulary.
Can you tell us the plot of one of your other stories in your book? Just a little tease.
Well, one actually, for those of you who are in America, one of them it's about a truck driver who used to be in the military, and he I suppose because he didn't know what to do with his life, he moved out to Williston, North Dakota. And because there was a big economic oil boom going on, lots of oil fracking, lots of infrastructure being built, lots of work. And he doesn't find this environment too pleasing at all. He's very unhappy. He's very physically unhappy, emotionally unhappy. And then he has this really profound experience, which sort of lifts him out of all that. Via a vending machine, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
You're not going to tell us what's in the machine?
No. The thing that's the whole juice of the story, Aaron.
Yeah,
but that's
okay.
the one that I've been just finishing up editing tonight.
Okay.
But it's good.
What's the book called? Do we know the name of the book yet?
No, I haven't sort of settled on a title yet. There was a couple of, I don't know if you found this, Ari, but you know the way you take a title on board and then it pings around in a few emails, and maybe pings back to you from the world, and you go,
and you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. And there's been a few where I've gone, oh yeah, and then it's kind of soured. And then there's been a few.
Do you remember the biography I was going to write for you? Title?
Oh, go on, tell the world. What was it going to be called then?
From Green Isle to Green Screen, the Robert Sheehan story.
It's just a picture of me like this on the...
From Green Isle to Green Screen. Yep.
On the front.
Yeah.
Just a floating head in front of a green screen.
Oh my God, I just see a bunch of hearts. So, okay.
Well, this
is fun.
Hi to friend Matt.
Hi to Ass Cheek Gang as well. Do you know that Robert Sheehan? Do you remember you sat on my face when we were shooting my movie? Speaking of Ass Cheek, you sat on a lot of people's faces.
And
you're shooting all night.
There's pictorial evidence of that, don't we?
We do have pictorial evidence of that, which is under, it's CIA is keeping guard on it.
Nah, I have a copy.
No. Oh, you do? You can publish it if you want to. It's all in good fun. There's one of them is one of the ones where you're sitting on someone is like the beautiful dawn on the lake.
Oh, really? I don't think I've seen that here. Who am I sitting on?
Ann Bernstein. And one other person. It was after we shot like all night long, and the dawn came up, and everyone was totally delirious, and the crew was all lying in different rooms, and you were walking around sitting on everybody.
Oh.
On their faces. Yeah.
Oh.
Those were. That was the day.
Yeah, you'd more freedom just to wander around sitting on folks.
Yeah.
But that was a very special experience we had. We were up in the Adirondack Mountains on a beautiful lake called Blue Mountain Lake.
Yes.
And we shot the movie in and around this extraordinarily stunning setting. And we were up there for how long, Ari? Like 4 or 5 weeks filming?
You were there for 18 or 20 days. 18 days, I think. We shot the film.
18 days?
Yeah, we shot in, I think, 23 days, and you left 5 days early because you had to shoot another movie. As you said, you referred to our movie as your practice movie.
Yes, I had to go.
But you have trophies. You have trophies from our movie, so you maybe got paid more with the other one. But
our film is the only thing I've ever won any acting prizes for.
I think I mailed you a couple of them, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
These.
Yeah, I got one. One that travelled to. Ooh, what does that say? Best.
That's best narrative. Shit. They're kind of littered around my bookshelf here, but I think I mailed you the one that looks like a
big sort of lamp. Yeah, that was funny because that one went from Kew Gardens in southwest London Film Festival to you in East Los Angeles, back to me in at the time southwest London.
Is anywhere near Kew Gardens in London? I don't know London. Sorry, because that would be.
I was living down the road from where that film festival took place, and then they posted you the award. Yes, we can be friends.
Yes. Okay. Well,
darlings,
we could sign off unless Robert is hustling.
Yeah. I'm eating a lovely sweet potato sort of stew that I.
There's a lot of Misfits fans here, by the way. You have a lot of Misfits loyalists.
Yeah, well, good. My loyal army. You'll know what to do when the time is right. But you check this out.
Sway Lake. We're getting shout-outs for Sway Lake.
I'm eating this sweet potato stew, right? Sweet potato, coconut milk, chili, broccoli, kidney beans, bit of garlic. Oh, glorious. Bit of rice. See, excuse me. We'll see how long my
Ari Gold, have I ever seen Entourage? Yeah, go to arigold.net, and that's my response to Entourage. Yes, they stole my name. It's true. It is true. I played in a band with a guy who was the star of the show, and his managers took my name without permission, by the way. But anyway, yes, arigold.net. I made a video that Robbie is briefly in for about 0.5 seconds, which was my attempt to say "fuck you" back to Entourage. Not .com. Net.
And you're not at all litigious, I notice, are you?
No, everyone was like, "You should sue them," but I didn't sue them.
Good. Not good for your soul to be suing people.
Yeah, it's not good for your soul. But okay, it's not. Or someone's earlier. A lot of Misfits fans still. Someone said, "Tell that guy how to read the thing." So people want you to read more, but they're moving pretty quickly. It's hard. It's hard for this Irish man who's writing all day to be also reading.
Yeah, I've got nothing left to read, Chiz.
That's not true. You got plenty more. We could do this regularly. We could do this as a weekly thing because you have lots of stories. Huh?
Ooh, actually, I have 2 lovely poetry books. Why don't we trail it, Ari? That's a good idea. Why don't next week we do another one of these? And I have these 2 beautiful poetry books. One's called Being Alive, and the other one's called Staying Alive. And they're absolutely, like, you just open them at random and find the most magical poems. Every time I open the book, I find a new poem.
Okay. Who wrote? So, is it a collection or?
Yeah, it's a big mad collection, all different poets.
Okay. I'm game.
Someone's written, "I'm so high right now." Well, I'm not far behind you. No.
Yeah, okay. It's the plan.
Right, go on, ye pups.
Nice to see you.
You too, my love. Great to see you. And I miss that alpine cabin of a house. You better leave it to me in your will.
Yeah. I'll just put the virus in this little tank here in the corner, so it won't
localize it to that tank.
There. Okay. Hope to see you soon. Maybe in person somehow. Much love to everybody, and stay strong, and much love to all your families and friends as well.
Indeed. God bless.
Bye.
Stay classy, Sandy.
And remember to save it for people.
Oh, yeah. So, end save.